Monday morning. It's a brand new month. It is May. And I have to put the big city behind me because I want to talk to y'all about thinking big. I want to, you know, my name is Conway. It's Monday morning. It's our check-in. It's a brand new month. Thank you for showing up as always. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and like. So listen, I'm excited this one because I want to talk about the magic of thinking big. If you haven't read the book, you should. If you can't, go over to Spotify, type in the magic of thinking big, and just listen to the audiobook. So one thing that I learned from the book is, you know, think bigger than the thing that you're trying to achieve, right? Think past that thing that you're trying to land in. In other words, when I was trying to, um, run for office, we weren't where we needed to be in terms of financially, our location, and I had to think past where I wanted to be. And what that meant was I had to look past running for office and what I was going to do after I ran for office. And what that did is that put me in a place to land where I needed to be to have already achieved that to do what I was trying to do. So you got to think big, right? Don't be afraid to think big. Don't be afraid to succeed. But the other thing is you got to treat that the same as you do failures, right? That's why you can't let failures eat you up, and why you got to treat failures like success. I can't tell you how many businesses that I've started that have failed, but that hasn't stopped me from starting businesses. You understand that? Because I realized that failure isn't necessarily my destination, because success isn't my destination, right? Success is the process of me uh, constantly pursuing a worthy goal or ideal. As you heard me say, for me, it is to make sure that we end prisons and jails and detention centers being means of social control and ending the generational cycle of incarceration and violence in my DNA, right? So with that being said, as we're thinking big and treating our successes and our failures the same, you rarely hear me talk about my music career. Every now and then, I'll bring up the fact I ran for office, but I don't hinge my conversation on that because, as Les Brown say, used to be's don't make no honey, right? And you won't hear me talking about, what kind of car I drive. You won't see what kind of home I live in. I don't wear jewelry. Um, and I won't tell you about the people I am, right? Because I think that those things are things that I should be doing in private while I'm exhibiting to you the vulnerability of what it looks like to have to overcome a barrier, right? As opposed to showing you, hey, look at this, look at that. That is not thinking big. Thinking big is looking beyond what you think is possible, right? And creating that path forward. So that's what we're going to focus on this month, all right? Is thinking big, figuring out ways to overcome our fears, right? And overcoming procrastination this month is one of our goals, all right? So I'll talk to you later. See you next week. You'll have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. Talk to you later.